gmna uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening, Saratoga Springs. I'm Marcus Dunfield. Tonight we'll celebrate the Lazarus Memorial Golf Tournament that raised over $25,000 for local families and hear how the Equine Sanctuary is equipping every stable with fire rescue kits. Traffic's moving smoothly despite minor construction. Over to you, Diana.
North Shore Bookstore is hosting a J.R. Ward afternoon this Saturday, featuring readings, a signed copy giveaway, and a discussion with local fans.
Doors open at 10 a.m. and the session runs until 2 p.m. Admission is free, but seating is limited, so early arrival is recommended.
Local author Emily Hart will moderate the canned A, and a local bakery will provide complimentary pastries and coffee for attendees throughout the afternoon.
Plenty to look forward to and many stories ahead, lots to get to, so let's begin this evening's news coverage. Good evening, Saratoga Springs. Yesterday, the United Way of the Greater Capital Region wrapped up the Lazarus Memorial Tournament at Amsterdam Municipal Golf Course, the 21st annual Dolly Day charity event. 140 golfers took to the fairways, competing for a cause that benefits families in Montgomery County. The tournament generated more than $25,000, all earmarked for local households facing hardship. Organizers said the funds will support essential needs and help stabilize the community during the summer season. Participants praised the camaraderie and the beautiful course, noting that the event continues a tradition of giving that began 2 decades ago. The United Way highlighted that each contribution, big or small, directly impacts families striving to make ends meet. With the success of this year's tournament, the organization looks forward to building on the momentum for future fundraising efforts.
Unbridled Sanctuary, the nonprofit rescue founded by its eponymous CEO, has equipped every stable in its Greenville facility with new fire horse rescue kits. The kits, placed throughout each barn, contain heat-resistant blankets, portable extinguishers, and emergency feed supplies designed to protect horses if a blaze erupts. The move follows a devastating 17-horse fire last summer at the Saratoga Casino Hotel harness track, which prompted the sanctuary to overhaul its safety protocols. Sanctuary officials say the kits are now fully stocked and staff are undergoing regular drills to ensure rapid response. The initiative remains active throughout the summer, with additional training sessions scheduled for the coming weeks. By bolstering fire preparedness, Unbridled Sanctuary aims to shield its equine residents from the kind of loss that rattled the regional racing community.
Top local soccer talent Peyton Galuski of Waterford Half Moon High School is set to verbally commit to Penn State this summer. The 17-year-old forward, recognized as one of the Capital Region's elite players, has drawn interest from several Division I programs, but the Nittany Lions are slated to secure his services. Galuski's decision follows a standout junior season in which he tallied 24 goals and 8 assists, helping the Warriors reach the state semifinals. Coaches praised his speed, vision, and leadership on the field. The commitment, expected to be announced at a press event later this month, adds to Saratoga's tradition of producing high-level soccer talent that moves on to major collegiate programs. Fans across the region will be watching closely as the young star prepares for the next chapter of his athletic career.
Starting next Wednesday, the Department of Public Works will begin a 4-day paving project across several Saratoga Springs neighborhoods. Work is scheduled for July 20 through July 23, and crews expect lane closures on the affected streets. Officials say the resurfacing is intended to preserve road quality and improve safety for drivers and pedestrians. Residents have been warned to expect traffic delays, with detour signs posted in advance. Motorists are urged to plan alternate routes and allow extra travel time, especially during peak morning and evening periods. The department will monitor progress and restore normal traffic flow as soon as each segment is completed. City officials will hold a brief information session at the town hall on Tuesday for any questions. This effort follows routine maintenance cycles aimed at preventing larger repairs later in the year.
Mayor Name has posted Draft 2 of the 2026 Unified Development Ordinance Amendment on the city's official website. The online posting includes a summary sheet and links to supporting documents for anyone seeking more detail. The draft outlines procedural tweaks and design standards meant to speed up development approvals while bringing the city's building criteria up to date. City planners say the changes could reduce review times for new projects and clarify expectations for architects and contractors. Residents and developers can review the full text online and submit comments before the advisory panel meets later this month. The panel is slated to issue its advisory opinions around July 23rd, giving officials a chance to fine-tune the proposal before the council votes. Officials stress that the amendment is part of an ongoing effort to keep Saratoga Springs growth orderly and in line with community goals. Up next, the starting gate breakfast sandwich at Cardona's Market and a sneak peek at the Saratoga race course season. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Welcome back, Saratoga. I hope you enjoyed the break. Let's dive into today's headlines, then we'll turn it over to Diana Hartwell for local stories.
Northshore Bookstore is set to welcome best-selling romance author J.R. Ward this afternoon in Saratoga City Center. The meet and greet begins at 2 p.m., giving local readers a rare chance to chat with the writer behind the popular series. Fans can pick up signed copies, ask questions, and snap photos while the store offers a selection of new releases and cozy reading nooks. Organizers say the event aims to spark a love of storytelling among families and young adults alike. Several high school English classes have scheduled a visit, hoping to inspire their students with real-world author interaction. With the summer schedule filling up, the bookstore expects a steady stream of visitors throughout the afternoon, turning the downtown corridor into a lively literary gathering. It's a perfect outing for anyone looking to combine a coffee break with a brush of romance.
Cardona's Market in downtown Saratoga has rolled out a new breakfast sandwich called the Starting Gate, time for the bustling summer racing season. The family-owned shop says the sandwich blends local ingredients, soft eggs, crisp apple slaw, and a hint of honey mustard on a toasted bun, giving both visitors and longtime residents a quick, hearty bite before heading to the tracks. With races filling the streets each weekend, the market hopes the sandwich will become a staple for early morning commuters and families stopping for coffee. Manager Lucia Cardona noted the menu addition reflects the store's tradition of serving seasonal favorites that match Saratoga's rhythm. The item is now available throughout the ongoing summer racing schedule, and staff expect it to stay on the counter as long as the horses keep running. Regulars say it pairs nicely with Cardona's house brewed coffee, making a convenient stop before a day at the track.
On the 4th of July, Saratoga Racecourse opened its day card, kicking off the 2026 racing season amid a sweltering heat index. The New York Racing Association pressed on, running a full slate of races while fans sought extra water and shade. Local families and longtime enthusiasts filled the historic grandstand, enjoying picnics and patriotic cheers as the thundering hooves rang out. Organizers noted smooth operations and a steady stream of bettors, confirming the event's draw for Saratoga Springs residents even on the hottest day. Nearby eateries saw brisk business as patrons lingered for lunch and drinks, and traffic officers kept Route 1 moving. For many, the race offered a festive break from the heat, blending sport and community spirit. The successful start sets the tone for the weeks ahead, with several weekend dates already drawing crowds to the track for family outings and summer celebrations.
The city's own Saratoga Performing Arts Center is buzzing as the New York City Ballet marks 60 years of partnership with a 4-day residency. From July 8th through today, the troupe has staged 6 performances alongside workshops and family-friendly programs that let local kids step onto the studio floor. Artists sit down for open conversations, giving audiences a glimpse behind the curtain, while special events draw longtime supporters and newcomers alike. Residents can catch everything from classic ballets to contemporary pieces without leaving town, and many schools have already booked the educational sessions. Even the nearby cafes have added ballet-themed menus, and parking at the pavilion fills quickly as music lovers gather for evening shows. The residency not only celebrates a 6-decade artistic bond, but also offers a rare chance for Saratoga families to experience world-class dance right at home.
Senator Jim Tedisco is on the road this summer handing out free bike helmets alongside scoops of ice cream across Saratoga and Schenectady counties. The Safe Summer Bike Helmet Program, now in its 28-year run, aims to get children riding safely by pairing essential head protection with a sweet treat. Organizers report that more than 5,000 helmets have already been distributed since the program launched earlier this season, with dozens of families stopping at local parks and community centers to claim their gear and cone. The effort targets kids of all ages, encouraging parents to make biking a regular, protected activity. With the campaign set to continue through the warm months, officials hope the combination of safety gear and a simple dessert will keep the message of responsible riding front and center for every youngster on the trail.
Now let's turn to the forecast and see what tonight's weather has in store for us.
A quiet ridge lifts over the capital district, while a fast westerly jet stream locks in dry, stable air. On this date, the all-time high for Saratoga Springs sits at 89 degrees, recorded in 2025 during a lingering heat wave that pushed daytime highs into the mid-90s across the Hudson Valley. The all-time low is 53 degrees, set in 2016 when a polar vortex dip sent Arctic air surging southward, blanketing the region in sub-freezing temperatures for a brief spell. By contrast, the July normal hovers around 79 degrees high and 59 low. So today's 81 degrees feels modestly above average, but well shy of the record ceiling. Scanning the live loop, the echoes are flat across the capital district. No rain bands, no snow, just clear returns. The lack of returns confirms the high-pressure ridge that's nudging upward, reinforced by a 97-mile-per-hour westerly jet carving a swift, dry corridor aloft. With that stable slab in place, the city stays dry through the evening, allowing us to pivot to tonight's outlook. At 6 p.m., the city sits under a clear sky with a temperature of 81 degrees, humidity 51%, and a light northeast breeze. Pressure is rising under a modest ridge, and the fast westerly jet aloft continues to ventilate the column, suppressing any cloud development. Overnight lows will drift down to 59 degrees as radiational cooling proceeds under the clear canopy. The UV index remains at 7 for the brief twilight period, then fades as darkness falls. Winds will stay below 16 miles per hour, shifting from southeast to calm after midnight. No watches or warnings are in effect. With the ridge holding, we now glance at the 5-day trend. Looking ahead, Sunday will climb to 86 degrees with a low of 59, the sky remaining completely clear as the ridge persists. Monday nudges the high to 91, while lows hold at 63, still mostly clear, but with a hint of high-level cirrus drifting in. Tuesday spikes to a scorching 97, low 70, and a patchy cloud deck will allow brief sunshine breaks amid partly cloudy conditions. Wednesday eases back to 91 and a low of 66, the atmosphere clearing once more for another night of radiational cooling. Thursday brings the first overcast spell of the stretch, high 88, low 64, as a slow-moving mid-level trough drapes clouds across the region. The pattern stays warm through the weekend before a cooler front arrives early next week. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic's okay on NY9, the Joe Jarity JR. Memorial Pacing Series heats up and Gaffney's reopens under owners. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Heavy traffic builds on the interstate this morning as I-87 exit 13. The US 9 interchange runs with lane reductions and temporary detours. Expect slower speeds through the exit and a backup that could stretch back toward the Saratoga Lake exit. The bottleneck is likely to linger into the early afternoon, so consider alternate routes such as the county road that skirts the north side of town. On the local road, NY9 sees a single northbound lane closed between Main Street and First Street while the bridge replacement continues. Southbound traffic moves freely, but northbound drivers should merge early and allow extra time. All other major arteries, including the downtown loop and the bypass, are moving smoothly. No transit delays have been reported, and CDTA buses are running on schedule. Expect the afternoon to stay clear once the peak congestion eases around the interstate work zone.
Today's headline is the kickoff of the Joe Jarity JR. Memorial Pacing Series at the Saratoga Casino Hotel, starting at 1 p.m., a must-see for any harness racing fan. At the same venue, the Horse Sense program invites families to pet a retired thoroughbred inside Gate A from noon to 2 p.m., a quick break for kids. Jazz lovers can unwind at 5 p.m. with John Pizzarelli's Dear Mr. Bennett, as part of the Peak Jazz series at Calf Lana. Early birds can enjoy the Saratoga Breakfast and Thoroughbred Farm Tour from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., pairing a hearty meal with paddock strolls. Looking ahead, Sunday brings the free family fun zone in the racecourse's family zone, and a rooftop concert by Oobleck at Canfield Casino promises an upbeat night under the stars. Tomorrow, the Summer Ghost Tour at Canfield Casino offer a 90-minute walk through history. And now here's James with sports.
A quieter sports board today, with no fresh local team update from RSS. Mark your calendars. The Travers Stakes will take place on August 29 at Saratoga Racecourse. The premier late summer race promises top thoroughbreds competing on the historic track, drawing fans from across the capital region and beyond. The Saratoga Racecourse posted results for July 10, highlighting the Victory Ride Stakes among several contests. While detailed placings await further release, the day's card showcased strong performances and set the tone for the remainder of the summer meet. The University at Albany released the Great Danes 2026 men's soccer schedule, outlining upcoming matchups across the season. Fans can anticipate home and away contests as the program looks to build momentum in the America East competition. Siena University announced the Saints' 2025-26 basketball schedule, detailing non-conference and conference games for the upcoming campaign. The slate includes several home dates that will bring fans back to the Times Union Center for the next season. Skidmore College students secured a $20,000 grant to develop hockey equipment tailored for female athletes. The initiative aims to enhance safety and performance, reflecting the campus's commitment to innovative, inclusive sports solutions, and could serve as a model for other programs nationwide. The Saratogan reports the Saratoga Springs High School Blue Streaks remain active across multiple sports, with recent focus on lacrosse and rowing programs. Both teams continue to develop talent and compete regionally, keeping the school's athletic spirit thriving.
Gaffney's in downtown Saratoga Springs has thrown open its doors again, this time under fresh ownership. After a $3.5 million purchase last fall, the beloved nightlife venue has been transformed. A coastal-inspired menu now rolls out from the renovated dining room, while the Starting Gate Sports Bar brings game night to the block. Downstairs, the parlor offers a 1920s-style lounge for quiet conversation, and the Ultra Patio has been rebuilt for live music and DJs under string lights. The revival not only revives a city staple, but gives downtown a new gathering place for neighbors and visitors alike. For Saratoga, Gaffney's is more than a restaurant, it's a pulse that keeps our community beating. And later, we'll celebrate the charity golf tournament that raised over $25,000 for Montgomery families, spreading hope across our community.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches, no middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
On a crisp Saturday afternoon at Saratoga Racecourse, just beyond the finish line, the scent of fresh paint mingles with the distant thud of hooves. Local artist Celeste Susani, whose equine canvases have hung in the track's gallery for more than 25 years, stood beside a crew of volunteers as the final brushstroke fell on a sprawling mural that stretches across the street to the National Museum of Racing. The scene captures a chestnut mare mid-gallop, her mane catching a sunrise that seems to spill over the historic grandstand. Children from the nearby elementary school perched on the curb, eyes wide as the mural's colors burst against the brick, while longtime racing fans paused their bets to applaud the tribute marking the museum's 75th anniversary. In that instant, the whole block felt the rhythm of a race, the brushstrokes echoing the pulse of the track, and a shared pride in a tradition that lives both in paint and in pasture. It's moments like these that remind us why Saratoga feels like home.
Here on the sunlit roof of the Tang Museum at Skidmore College, a colorful crowd has gathered under a sky that feels like a summer promise. Families spread blankets, teenagers lounge on beanbag chairs, and the scent of grass mingles with the faint aroma of nearby coffee carts. Tonight marks the debut of Upbeat on the Roof, a free concert series that will roll out weekly through the season, beginning on July 9. The stage, framed by the museum's glass walls, glows with amber lights as the local folk rock quartet, the River Pines, launches the first set with a breezy rendition of Sunrise Over the Hudson. Their guitars shimmer, the drummer taps a rhythm, and the audience sways as if the music were a warm current pulling everyone together. Children giggle, a couple shares a quiet moment, and an elderly gentleman taps his foot, eyes closed, recalling summers long past. In that instant, the rooftop becomes more than a venue. It feels like a community porch where strangers become neighbors, united by melody and the joy of being outdoors. It's a reminder that Saratoga Springs knows how to celebrate together.
Thank you, Saratoga Springs, for joining us tonight. A special nod to the Safe Summer Bike Helmet program, rewarding kids with free ice cream while keeping them safe. We appreciate your community spirit. Tune in tomorrow, as always, for more local news and stories that matter to you.